Hello everyone, and welcome to my game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from mcgibe, and I'm terribly sorry for mispronouncing it. Now he is in the Annapolis, a US supercruiser in the sense that it's a tier 11 ship. Now he is in a ranked battle, because, you know, a ranked battle is the place to do all the alpha and beta testing in World of Warships. And yeah, there is no destroyer. Islands of Ice, there are 3 caps, and there is a Hindenburg spot. Now, he's loading armor piercing here. The Hindenburg is showing some broadside. Now, this ship has quite a lot of guns, but the special thing is you can switch to a burst fire mode, basically, which he's doing now, which gives you an awful lot of shells in a very brief time and then a very long reload. So, with this balanced amount of shells, well, there is no longer a Hindenburg.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
And and he switched back to normal mode. So you've got a pretty long reload there. So the burst fire mode is not something that gives you a lot of DPM. So in a situation where you just wanna DPM somebody down, it's not a good choice. It's basically for exactly that. The ship shows broadside, so you go to burst fire, you delete it, and then you have a laugh, you have a beer, and then you know. And then you keep just pew-pewing regular. Now he is trying to burst down this Des Moines because it's on very low health, and I mean, you know, that's a balanced amount of shells there, but he didn't really get that great of a hit, so the normal firing mode might have been better here. Anyway, overall the friendlies are 1 ship ahead. Probably soon too. Then again, we don't know how the other flank looks like, because on the other flank, the friendlies are very much outnumbered. Now the Des Moines is almost dead. Yeah, he's going for the regular mode here. And can he get a kill? Well, no. So now there is only a Montana left here. That Montana is in full retreat, which makes sense because he is heavily outnumbered. And the friendlies will just push the sea cap. Now overall, while the enemies do have more caps, they haven't actually sunk anything yet. And I'm a bit surprised that it's World of Warships, so I shouldn't be surprised. The enemy really needs to make something happen at A, right? If they could take down the Yamato and the Yoshino without any losses and then come back, the enemies would be in a reasonable spot. And yeah, I have dealt with the Yoshino. Now, mcgibe is just trying to catch up to the Montana because the range on this thing is limited, right? He has 16.2 kilometer range. I mean, it's sort of just a bigger Des Moines, I guess, right? A bigger Des Moines with more guns and a burst feature because, you know, that's clearly what this game needs, is excessive amount of bursts to one-shot you. Because the most fun you have in a video game is if you just get one-shotted. I mean, clearly everybody is aware of that, even Wargaming. So the Montana is now going to experience the full amount of guns that are here, and that's 2 fires. Is he gonna damage con them though? Doesn't look like it for now. Then again, would it matter? Or would he just burn again? Des Moines isn't a bad fire starter, simply because it has also such a great reload. And Annapolis is probably an even better fire starter. So there is that. Now on the other side, the Yamato is still hanging on. Then again, the Montana is still hanging on. Now, you still are a cruiser. You don't want to show broadside to a Montana, even though Montana's guns are relatively small for a tier 10 battleship. And they can't overmatch 30 millimeters. I'm actually not sure what armor scheme the Annapolis has, to be honest. I would suspect it just has the 30 millimeters that you see on the Des Moines. Now the Montana is on fire once again. I mean, clearly this is a very cold map, and he's just performing like a service there, right? I mean, just if you're surrounded by so much ice, you know, you're definitely grateful for a nice cozy fire to keep you warm. And now the Montana damage con, I mean, he's getting very low. So I guess he really had to. Which is a shame, because now he might just freeze, you know. So he's probably gonna get off about one more salvo before he sails behind the island there. Then again, like, the Montana should be dead anyway at this point. Okay, so he's going for a burst. Oh, Montana is dead. So he was trying to go for a burst fire because, I mean, he was so low. And finishing off a low health ship burst fire can be pretty good as well, I suppose. Then again, I mean, it's a bit of a gamble, because if they survive, then you're probably better off just using your single shots. And there is an Annapolis. It's armor piercing and burst fire. And he's only used his front, like, those are only the shells from his front guns, mind you. Well, that's all he... To be fair, there wasn't much left of that cruiser anyway. So the enemy team is getting pretty low on ships. While they managed to clear out the A side, it took them way too long. And their C side just didn't survive long enough. I mean, ranked battle doesn't have a lot of ships in it. So getting, like, the Hindenburg bursted down in the first few minutes was definitely not a good start for the enemy team. Now this Kurfürst is experiencing a balanced amount of shells and is dead. Then again, I mean, he would have sunk anyway. That leaves 2 enemy ships. And, you know, we can see a smoke pop up. Now, of course, the Annapolis, being a US cruiser, does come with a radar. And it should be a 10-kilometer one. Yes, we can activate it. So it's a 10-kilometer radar, and as we can see here, that smoke seems to be pretty much in range. So he's loading armor piercing, he's going for burst fire mode, he's detecting the Plymouth, and this is a balanced amount of shells. And what happens if a balanced amount of shells hit the broadside? Well, balance happens.
Our victory is in sight.
I mean, he got 8 overpens in there, but if you just have enough shells, then that's fine, right? So, yeah. This is clearly what this game has needed. And, you know, there is still a Moscow remaining. So, the last balanced amount of shells this game? Probably. Yeah, I mean, this... I mean, keep in mind, those are not like Minotaur guns. Those are like 203s, right? And there we go. So that brings us to the results, and mcgibe did very well in this. And, you know, I mean, keep in mind that the Annapolis is a super ship that's in the early stages of testing, meaning ranked battles. So... I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea of tier 11 ships, but... yeah, I'm not sure if you really need that much burst in the game. But time will tell, I guess. So yeah. There is that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.